Hi, I'm Scott Engel, the managing director of RotoExperts.com. I am the king. I am fantasy. And I am here today to dispel 5, count them, 5 big fantasy football myths about first-round running backs heading into 2013. Fantasy players love to create negatives, and it seems like they're really fishing for them this year with Arian Foster. The yards per carry were down, the catches were down, but you have to look at some of the supporting factors in his favor this year. He gets a healthy Ben Tate back, well, at least in the beginning of the season. If Tate can stay healthy, he'll prevent Foster from getting overworked like he was last season. Also, he gets a great fullback back in Greg Jones. He didn't have a good blocking fullback last year in Houston. Greg Jones is tremendous. He just takes people out at the point of attack. And that's a terrific offensive line in Houston as well. I have every reason to believe in Arian Foster, a touchdown monster at number 2 overall in any fantasy draft. Many fantasy owners are letting Marshawn Lynch slip towards the end of the first round, say the 10th, 11th pick in a PPR league, because they feel he doesn't catch a lot of passes. I want a guy who catches more passes out of the backfield. Well, that is a fantasy myth, that running backs that don't catch passes can't be top fantasy scorers in that type of format. Did you know Marshawn Lynch finished 5th overall in PPR scoring at running back last year? That's because the guy is a touchdown machine. Yeah, you can have your catches, but this guy gets in the end zone regularly. And let me tell you, 6 points for a touchdown, that's 6 catches right there. And not a lot is going to change for Lynch in terms of scoring touchdowns this year. The Seahawks offense is only getting better. It drives me crazy when fantasy owners like to create negatives out of thin air. Maybe Adrian Peterson is the best example of that. Oh, he can't do what he did last year. Well, even if he doesn't come quite close to what he did last year, no running back in fantasy football can guarantee you the better amount of high yardage and touchdowns like a healthy Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson, easily the number 1 overall pick. Even if he still gets about 1,700 yards, double-digit touchdowns, he's still well worth that number 1 overall selection. Until this season, Ray Rice was basically a top 3 running back. But now everybody's talking about Bernard Pierce cutting into his carries. And we're seeing Ray Rice falling to like 9 and 10 in the first round. I'll take him. I think people are overrating the presence of Bernard Pierce this year. Bernard Pierce is a slasher, change of pace back. Maybe once in a while he'll have a good flex game. But this guy, he's not a receiver. He's not a good pass blocker. He's going to give Ray Rice breathers to make sure that Ray Rice can stay durable and he can stay healthy. But Ray Rice is still the main cog in the Ravens offense. I don't see that changing in a major way this year. Don't overrate the presence of Bernard Pierce, even if he has 10 carries for 70 yards in one given week. Jamaal Charles had a fantastic season in 2012. But I guess that's not enough for some people who want to see just major, huge upside worth a number 1 overall pick. They think that Andy Reid coming to Kansas City is going to turn him into LaShawn McCoy. Well, it's a fact of life in the NFL that some running backs are just good goal line runners and some aren't. LaShawn McCoy is a good goal line runner. Jamaal Charles isn't. And that's the big difference right there. You can probably get close to what you got from Jamaal Charles overall this year, maybe with an additional 15 to 20 catches. But don't expect some sort of major quantum-like boost where the guy is going to score like 9, 10 touchdowns. It's not going to happen. That's a myth. But Jamaal Charles, still well worth the number 5 overall pick or within that range. For more great fantasy analysis, check out the exclusive Edge Fantasy Football Package available right now on the RotoExperts.com homepage. We have rankings for everything you need, including keeper and dynasty leagues.